First of all, I'm always a big coffee person, and coffee is simply just one big addiction of my life. I got an espresso coffee maker here. It's just super convenient. Every time you just put pots in, and coffee is done. I feel like besides the physical addiction, the main reason I actually feel like I simply cannot live without coffee is because coffee for me stands for like a symbolic meaning of a new beginning. No matter what I went through yesterday, no matter how bullshit it was, as long as I take that first sip in the morning, I feel like it just, a fresh new start, clean slate. So coffee for me is just one of those little things that push me up to wake up in the morning and go on with my life. Just kidding. I actually don't know anything about guitar. I just started taking guitar lessons 2 weeks ago. The second kind of abstract object in my life is music. Music has always been an important part of my life. I actually always wanted to learn how to play guitar. I was just procrastinating. I actually learned playing violin for 6 years when I was little. But then I just gave it up, and then I don't remember anything about violin or musical instruments in that regard. So what actually made my mind about learning guitar was that actually I went there on a pretty dramatic breakup last month. So I figured I needed to occupy myself. I needed to learn a new hobby, instruments, and that's why. I also got a speaker here, as you can see. This is actually just a average tiny little Boss speaker. I've been doing research about getting a turntable and also all kinds of vinyls. So I figured if I want to get a really good turntable, I probably will get some new speakers as well to match the quality. Speaking of the bands or artists that I really like, I actually just wrote about them in that Inputs Map video. Actually, the music I used in that video was lately from the Halo Sequence, which is my favorite album of them, by the way. I'm a huge fan of the Halo Sequence, the XX, Beach House, etc. I just bought a concert ticket for the XX on May the 20th, so I'm super excited. Traveling is one of my biggest passions in my life. Honestly, I feel like I might just get depression or anxiety or whatever without travel. Maybe it's partly because of my personality, but once in a while I just feel I get lost or trapped. That's why traveling is so important to me. Naturally, it constitutes a healing process for me, which stands for not only regret but also a rediscovery of who I am. Therefore, every time I come back from someplace new, what is brought back with me is also a new perspective of my life. Actually, back home in Shanghai, I got an album, which is a collection of postcards all over the world. A lot of them were sent by my friends when they were traveling and they knew I liked to collect postcards. But some of them were actually mailed by myself. And on the back of those postcards, I would just, write some cliche words, just kind of words that you write to yourself. So yeah, this what I'm drawing right now, which is a really shitty color. It's world map. This is where I came from Shanghai, and then I went to Lisbon, stayed there for half a year because of a student exchange program, during which period I visited a lot of European countries. And then after graduation, here I am in NYC. The latest traveling experience for me was I went to Puerto Rico for 2 weeks this New Year's Eve, like somewhere here. Next destination for me is definitely Iceland. I've been wanting to go there for ages. There's this one book that has exerted much influence on my attitude towards not only traveling but also life, which is On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Constantly I will just be reminded of his words. Nothing is behind me, everything is ahead of me, as it's ever so on the road.